Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
A very good evening to all the attendees present over here. I am Akhtar Hussain Khan. On behalf of Food Welfare Society, we welcome Abhijit sir, who is present as a resource person for this session. Yesterday, sir has discussed two styles of citation method, that is 19th Blue Book edition and Oscola. Moving forward towards our next citation styles in today's session, sir will discuss ILI format and Mendeley software. Now I would like to hand over sir to start the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good evening, friends. Yesterday we discussed about two citation styles. We discussed about Blue Book and we discussed about Oscola format, 4th edition. And today we are supposed to discuss about ILI citation style and a little bit about Mendeley software, which generally manages your citation and references. Okay, so if you have any query regarding the last lecture or any of the formats which discussed yesterday, we can have a discussion over it. We have a discussion on it for 5 to 10 minutes, and then we can start. Or if you don't have any queries, then we can directly come to ILI citation style. If anyone might have used it or tried to use it.
सर आपने ब्लू बुक के केस में बताया था, तो सर ये जो क्रोनोलॉजिकल ऑर्डर है वो ओल्डेस्ट टू न्यूएस्ट ही चेंज होगा ना? ऐसा तो नहीं कि जो पहले आई है केस वो पहले साइट करेंगे और उसके बाद ओल्डेस्ट की तरफ बढ़ेंगे?
नहीं, मैंने आपको ये बताया था कि जब आप फुटनोटिंग कर रहे हैं, है ना, तो जब फुटनोटिंग कर रहे हैं तब आपको देखना है कि जो सबसे पुराना केस है वो पहले आए, उसके बाद का केस आए, फिर उसके बाद का केस आए। लेकिन जब आप रिफरेंसिंग कर रहे हैं, यानी जब बिब्लियोग्राफी बना रहे हैं, तब आपको ये देखना है कि वो सारे केस लॉज जो है वो अल्फाबेटिकल ऑर्डर में हो। वहां पर आपको ईयर ऑफ जजमेंट या ये कितने पुराने हैं, कौन सा नया है, कौन सा पुराना, ये नहीं देखना है आपको उसमें। ठीक है, सो when you are citing those case laws in the footnotes, you need to see that the oldest case should come first, then the newer case, and then again the newest case. बट जब आप बिब्लियोग्राफी में कर रहे हैं तो आपको उससे मतलब नहीं, आपको सिर्फ अल्फाबेटिकल ऑर्डर में बनाना है। ठीक है,
ओके सर।
और आप जब बिब्लियोग्राफी बनाते हैं तो उनको आप 3 तरीके से डिवाइड करते हैं। बेसिकली प्राइमरली तो आप प्राइमरी सोर्सेस एंड देन सेकेंडरी सोर्सेस इस तरह से करते हैं। और जब आप प्राइमरी सोर्सेस करते हैं तो प्राइमरी में पहले आपके केस लॉज आते हैं, फिर उसके बाद आपके स्टैट्यूट्स या लेजिस्लेशंस आते हैं, फिर उसके बाद जब सेकेंडरी सोर्सेज आप साइट करते हैं तो उसमें क्या होता है, आपको पहले बुक्स, फिर आर्टिकल्स इन द सेंस जर्नल्स जो होते हैं उसमें आप कैटेगराइज कर सकते हैं ऑनलाइन जर्नल्स एंड देन ऑफलाइन जर्नल्स, फिर आपको वेबसाइट्स, फिर उसके बाद न्यूज़पेपर्स, इस तरह से आप कैटेगराइज कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, तो बेसिकली आपको सिर्फ बिब्लियोग्राफी में क्रोनोलॉजी जिसको कहते हैं अल्फाबेटिकल ऑर्डर फॉलो करना होता है। ठीक है, और अभी मैं एक चीज आपको थोड़ी देर में बताऊंगा। जैसे ये वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट है, जैसे मैं शेयर कर रहा हूं यहाँ से, जैसे ये वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट है। ठीक है, शेयर कर रहा हूं, जैसे ये वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट है। अब यहाँ पर आप देखेंगे ये A to Z दिख रहा है, आपको दिख रहा है यहाँ पर। जब होम मेनू में आप जाएंगे तो जहां से आप ये एक तो पैराग्राफ वाला सेक्शन जो है इसमें आप देखेंगे A to Z है। जैसे मान लीजिए मैं अगर मैं यहां से इनको करता हूं, जिसको क्या कहते हैं, यहां से जैसे मैंने अभी ये लिखा नहीं है, जब आप उसको पैराग्राफ या साइटेशन की स्टाइल में करते हैं तो आप उनको सेलेक्ट करके यहाँ से क्लिक कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, यहाँ से आपको कुछ हेडिंग्स चेंज करनी पड़ेगी। ठीक है, उसके बाद आप यहाँ से क्या कर सकते हैं, उनको अलाइन कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, जैसे यहाँ असेंडिंग डिसेंडिंग है, तो यहाँ से आपके जाकर खुद भी चेंज कर सकते हैं उनको। ठीक है, यहाँ पे आपको सेटिंग्स करनी होंगी। ठीक, तो ये आपका जो बिब्लियोग्राफी में वो अल्फाबेटिकल ऑर्डर में आ जाएगा। तो अब नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द ILI citation style. Okay, now this, can you see this PDF on your screens? Can you see this PDF on your screen, friends?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So we have seen. I want to tell you that generally what happens is universities prescribe either Blue Book or Oscola format when they ask for any research paper or any sort of contribution in their journal. But generally what happens, this when you talk about Indian Law Institute citation style or ILI citation style, this is basically a kind of footnoting or a pattern which has been formulated by the Indian Law Institute or Indian Law Institute itself. So generally when the journals of Indian Law Institute or annual survey of Indian law when they ask for any kind of contribution in these two, whether it be Journal of Indian Law Institute or annual survey of Indian law, they specifically ask about the reference style, that is Indian ILI style, ILI citation style. Okay, so they generally what you see on the website when they ask for referencing style or citation style, they give you a particular citation style in their advertisement. So ILI has its own, or you can say a specific citation style, which we call that which we call as ILI citation style. So we'll discuss about the various sources, how those sources will be cited when you are talking about the ILI citation style. Okay, so yesterday we discussed it in a manner where we discussed primary sources first and the secondary sources. Now in this PDF you can see that we are starting with the secondary sources first. Okay, so as I told you yesterday that there can be two types of there can be two types of books basically. One is the authored book and the second is edited book, and there can be translated books also. So we'll start with the authored books, how these books are cited in the ILI citation style. Okay, so I have already told you that there can be many authors, or there can be a single author in a book, or similarly there can be many editors, or there can be single editor as well, or there can be more than one translator, or there can be a single translator. It depends on the book itself. So how to cite those books, how to cite a single authored book, or a book which have two authors, or the books which we have more than two authors. So as yesterday we saw that in Oscola and in Blue Book we had an option of citing books with authors which have the books which have maximum three authors individually, and when they have more than three authors, they what they did, just wrote the name of the first author, and what they use the word et al after the first author when there were more than three authors. But in ILI citation, when there are more than two authors, and when they have more than two authors, they just use word at all, as you can see in the PDF. Okay, so how to cite a single authored book? Just you need to write the name of the author, then you need to put a comma over there, and then the title of the book in the italics. Okay, you need to focus that the title of the book will be in italics, and the rest of the things will be in Times New Roman. And if you are referring a specific page number, then you should write the page number over there. And then the name of, in brackets, the name of the publisher, the place of publication, and the edition and the year of publication. Okay, so this is, here we have an example where he cites, the author has given an example, or the we can see the example where a book by MP Jain has been cited as an example. So here we see that MP Jain is the name of the author. Okay, MP Jain is the name of the author. Indian Constitutional Law is the name of the book, is the title of the book, and here 98 is the page number, because the person who has cited or used this source for his research work has referred page number 98. If you are not, if you are not able to write the page number, then that will also be okay, because when you are using the bibliography, you need not to mention the page number. Okay, or if you are using a legislation, you need not to write the section, or if you are referring the constitution, then you need not to write the clause number or article number. You just write the name of the act or name of the constitution or just name of the legislation in the bibliography part. Okay, so in footnotes you need to mention the specific clause or a specific section or a specific page number. So while we are talking about the books, you need to write the page number. So in this example, we can see the name of the author. After that, we see a comma over here, and then the title of the book and the specific page number. And Kamal Law House is the name of the publisher. Okay, Kamal Law House is the name of the publisher. Now, for example, you are citing a book on law of torts by R.K. Bangia. So you can see that the R.K. Bangia is generally published by Allahabad Law Agency. Okay. So here you can say, you can write R.K. Bangia, comma, law of torts or principles of law of torts. Then if you are referring page number 122 of that book, then you can write page number 122. Then the name of the publisher, Allahabad Law Agency. Then now, what is the place of publication? They are concerned about the place of publication. Then you can simply write from where the book has been published. Now here, this Kamal Law House is, or this book has been published from Calcutta. So they have written Calcutta over here. So if the book is published from Allahabad, you can write Allahabad. Or any book has been published from Delhi, you can write then the place from where the book has been published. And fifth edition. Now you can see that the abbreviations have been used here. EDN. EDN is the abbreviation of edition. So in the last of this PDF, you can see that there are various abbreviations have been given. So if you are using an article, you should use ART in small letters. If you are using section, then you should use small s in place of section. Okay, if you are using a schedule or using a para or a page number, then you should follow this kind of abbreviations when you are writing the abbreviations in the footnotes. So here EDN just says about the edition, means the book was of 5th edition and it was published in the year of 1998. Okay, so this is the way in which a book which has been authored by a single author can be cited. Now, if there are more than if there is more than one author and less than 3, means basically 2 authors, then you have to do the same thing. You have to just put a word "and" between the 2 authors, as it has been done here. If you can see, I've highlighted the example. You have to just write the name of the first author, then the name, then and the name of the second author, and the comma will come after the name of the second author. Now, if I say that yesterday I gave you an example that I had a book on criminal disenfranchisement. So I have there were 2 authors. One was Alexei Evold and the second was Rottinghaus. Okay, so if the Rottinghaus was the first author, then the name of the first author will come here, and then we will put word and the second author, then we will put a comma, and things will remain same. Here they have used a 38 because they have used page number 38 from this book. The title of the book is Principles of Administrative Law. Okay, so this is the way in which books can be cited. Now the procedure will be same, and if there are more than 2 authors, what we will do is we will just, you know, here we can see that there are 3 authors. Okay, here we have 2 authors. The name of the first is Jerry L. Mashaw, and the second is Richard A. Merrill. Okay, so they have given the name of the 2 authors, and then they have put as abbreviation at all. Okay, now what does it mean? It includes the name of the third author. So in Blue Book and OSCOLA, we have seen that we generally used to put the name of the first author and then at all. Here we need to mention the name of the 2 authors, and then we need not to mention the third and fourth author, and we just put at all after the first author. Okay, first and second author. And in between first and second author, we need not to put and, because in the previous, when there were 2 authors, we generally put the word and, but here we need not to put word and because it includes those all authors after putting this abbreviation at all. And the name of the title of the book is The American Public Law System, Cases and Materials. And see, the page number is here again. West Group is the publisher. This is the name of place of publication, and this is the year of publication, because this book might not have any edition. So these are the maximum. When you use this is the maximum information which you have or which you can give. So if any of the information is missing from this, while citing or writing something in footnote or any source on the footnote, if that is absent, that particular thing is absent, suppose in this book we don't see that addition is there, so we need not to write addition. Okay, the sources or the information can only be given if it is available there. So sometimes you might not have the page number because you might have so many pages, so you cannot cite each and every page. Okay, so you can just skip the page number. But generally, if you are using if you are using the same book or the same source at different pages, then you can use, as I already told, Supra or IBID. Yesterday I told you that you can use Supra Note or you can use IBID, and then just write the page number of the book. So now if there is a book with volume number, as you can see that MP Jain has the book by MP Jain has several volumes. Okay, or if you are citing something from the book of AK Jain, which we have 3 volumes, so you just need to mention the volume number as well. If the book has different volumes and you are choosing a specific volume from that set of books, then you need to mention the volume number as well. But generally what happens is we don't use books which have different volumes. Now if you but for the precautionary measures, if you are using a book which has different volumes, then you need to write the name of volume of the book also. See here, the author's name is Charles Robert Norberg, and 3 is the volume number, and this is the title which is in italics, and 30 is the page number, and 1978 is the year of publication. And you can see here that the publisher, place of publication, and these 2 informations are not available. Okay, in this example we are saying that the publisher and the publication of place of publication are not available, so you need not to write, because you cannot suppose by yourself that this is the book from this place, so we should write the name of that place. No, you need not to write. You need not to do that. You just write the actual information which is available in the book. Okay, so these were the examples of the books which were authored books. So we have seen that this citation is style is little bit different from Blue Book and Oscola, but because here we are mentioning the place of publication also, है so this is a little bit different from those two citation styles. Now if the book is if the book is an edited book, and if the book is an edited book and it has been edited by a single author, then the same pattern will be followed. But once the if as we seen, the when there was authors, we did not write anything. So now here we are using ed because we are referring that this is the name of the editor, not the author. Okay. See here, you need to write the name of the editor, that is Susan A. Bandes is the name of the editor, and we in brackets we have written ed, then we have put a comma, then the title of the book, and if you're referring a specific page number, then you should write the page number, and then again the publisher, place of publication, and the year of publication. Okay, and same will be the case of the same will be case with the books which have been authored, which have been edited by two editors. The only thing you have to do is you have to use a plural of editor, because the editors, because we have two editors over here. Okay, SK Verma and Raman Mittal are two editors, and then we'll put a bracket and we write EDS, means editors, in abbreviated form, and then again the same thing will be followed. See here, they have used these 4 pages by 5 pages from 30th to 42, so they have mentioned those page numbers, and then the publisher is ILI, place of publication Delhi, and the year of publication is 2004. Okay, so this is the case with the editors when book with this is the case with the books which have which have more which have two editors. Now if the editors are more than 2, then what will you do? You will just write the name of the 2 initial editors, as we have seen earlier in the case of authored books. Okay, so just write the name of the 2 authors, and then just put et al, and in bracket you need to write eds in editors in abbreviated form of the editors, and then the title of the book and the page numbers if you are referring a specific page numbers, and the same thing, publisher, place of publication, edition, and edition or year. See here we can see that it's a slash, means it is an optional either of 2. So if you have the information, that is well and good, and if you don't have information, means either you have edition or you have year, then you can put then you can mention either of the thing. Okay, in any of the cases you can use either edition or year, and if both the things are available, you can write both of them. So here in the example, the Chhatrapati Singh is the first editor and PK Chaudhary is the second editor, and then they put et al, and then the title of the book, publisher, place of publication, year of publication. Okay, so this is the case related with the books. Now if they have not mentioned about the translators, so you can follow the same criteria when you are talking about the translators. The only thing you have to do is you have to write TRS in place of EDS. If there is a single author, if there is a single translator, then you need to write TR. If there are more than one translators, then you can write TRS in just place of EDS. Okay, so this will be the case with the translators. So now if some book has been has been published by any eminent or organization or a organization. For example, here they have cited a book which has been published by ILI itself. So what they have done, they have written the name of the institute, then the title of that book, then the name of the institution, name of the publisher, and the place of publication and the year of publication. So they generally, this is a specific requirement with the case of ILI citation styles, but in other cases we have not seen that this kind of requirement is over, in those two citation styles. So till now, am I clear with the with this books part, how to cite an edited book or an authored book? If any problem, you can ask. Okay, then we'll move to the article section or essays. Now, if I told you that there can be articles in both offline and online forms, and how to cite those articles if the journal is an offline journal. Mainly in India, as you have seen that most of the universities have their own offline journal, so they come into the category of published journals, and there are certain categories of online journals also which don't get published, don't get printed, so we categorize them in the category of online journals. So if and I also told you that if a journal is a periodical means if it is coming quarterly, or if it is coming twice in a year, or it is coming in thrice in a year, then we can call it a periodical. If it is coming once in a year, then it can be called as a yearly journal. Okay, so here if a journal, we can include both, if it is a periodical or it is a journal. Okay, so we can include both these under this heading, and we will learn that how to cite these kind of journals, if it is a periodical journal, or it is a yearly journal. So what we have to do is just write the name of the author of the article, because in journals we have different articles written by different authors. So you need to focus on the specific article which is related to your area of expertise, or the area in which you are trying to write an article or a research paper. So you have to identify the name of the author. Okay, so name of the author, then the title of the essay within the inverted commas, double inverted commas. In Oscola, we have seen that there was single inverted comma. Now here we have to look that the title of the essay should be in double inverted commas. Okay, and then the volume number of the journal. If there is a volume number, see, there can be now what if the journal has just started, this is the first volume, then on the front paper of the journal you will find each and everything. You will also find the ISBN number, you will find the volume number, and if there are different issues coming in the in 1 year, as I told you that it is called periodicals. So you can, after the volume number, you can also write the issue number as well. Okay, and then the name of the journal in italics. You need to write the name of the journal in italics and the page number from where the article has started. Now if and then the year of the publication. Now if you see the example given here, this Upendra Bakshi is the name of the author, of the article, and within inverted commas we can see the title of the essay. Then this is the volume number. Now if there is a volume number, then you can see that volume number is written over here. And if there is addition, or there is an issue, you can see volume number 25 and issue number 3, then within brackets you can write the issue number as well. Okay, and then this is the name of the journal. This is the journal name is Journal of Indian Law Institute, and this is the page number from where the article is started, and this is the year in which the article was published. Okay, so this is the way you should cite a offline journal or a printed journal. Now one thing you need to focus in is that you need to learn that if there are different issues, then you just write the name of the issue just beside the volume number. Okay, now if if the paper has been published in a case reporter, no, जैसे case report, we can have different case reporters as well. So if the article has been published or paper has been published in a case reporter, then you just follow the same pattern. The only thing is that now here one thing I would like to tell you, that you can either use the full name of the journal, or you can use the abbreviated form of the journal. Okay, here you can see that the full name was written, and here we have seen that the abbreviated form of the journal, Supreme Court judgments. So this is the name of the journal. Okay, so you can use either the abbreviated form or you can use the full form of the journal. So here P.K. Thakur is the name of the author. Now this is the title: permissibility of provision in offences punishable with minimum imprisonment. So this is within double inverted commas. This is the volume number 2, and this is the name of the journal, and this is the page number. Where now here they have why they have cited this page, because they have used all the pages from 26 to 38. Here they have just cited that the article has started from 211. Now here the article is started at 26, but the author has used all those sources from 26 to 38. So this is called pinpointing. Now if you can either give the first page, or you can write from first page to the end page, from where the journal has started, or the journal so from where the article has started and where the where the essay has ended. So either you can use this format or you can use this format. So it generally, what does it denote? You are just telling the source from where, that in this in SCJ, which was published in 2002 and volume number 2, on 26 to 38 you can find this article. So the basic idea is to make your readers aware of the source as well. So you can write only 26, or you can write from the first page to the last page. So it is up to you. It is not mandatory that you should write from the first to last. You can use either of these styles. Okay. So this was the case with the article papers published in a case reporter. Now, if there is an essay or chapter published in an edited book, okay. So what happens in edited book? In an edited book, there can be different essays also. It depends. Now, if there is a book on law of torts and editor is a person, you can see that the whole thing was related to law of torts. Now, when you are talking about an edited book with having different chapters and different essays, then there can be a special issue, but there can be different chapters written by different authors as well. Okay, so suppose there are 8 chapters in that edited book. There can be 8 chapters with 8 different authors. So how to cite that kind of edited book? How to cite that essay which is as a chapter in that edited book? Then what do? You just write the name of the authors. Now, if there is a single author, just write the name of the one author. If there are more than one author, then you can write the name of the authors by using and. Okay. If there are 2 authors, we use and if there are more than 2 authors, then you should follow the same pattern which we have discussed earlier. So here what do is you just write the name of the authors of the essay, title of the essay within inverted commas. You just focus on the title, name of the book. For example, I read a book which was titled as Criminal Disenfranchisement in International Perspective. Okay, this was the name of the book, but we have a specific case study inside the book which was as a chapter, where they say that felon disenfranchisement in Ireland. So that that was the specific chapter in the book. So after the name of the authors, you need to write the title of the essay, means the chapter name of the chapter which is inside the book rather than the title of the book. Then you should put a comma, then name of the editors, who are the editors. So you need to know that when there is an edited book, okay, and which have different chapters, there can be different authors and there can be editors. Okay, so you will, when you see an edited book, you will just see name of the editors as well, because the authors have contributed their chapters inside the book. So the name of those authors will not be printed on the first page of the book. Okay, so if there is a I just told you that if there is a book on law of torts and it is edited by me, for example, so that is, we don't have different chapters by different author. We know the author and we know the editor, so we have to follow the previous pattern which we discussed. So here, if there is a specific chapter or essay inside the edited book, then you need to follow this pattern. So what do you do is, yes, you need to name the name of the author, and if there's more than one author, then you need to write the name of the authors, then the title of the essay within inverted commas, and then the name of the editors. Okay, then the name of the editors. If there is single editor, then you should use name of the editor and then ed, because if there is a single author, we, as I already told you, that we just use editor ka short form, that is ed, and then the title of the book in italics, and the page number, and the publisher, year or edition. So if you see, now what do? Here you need to write the page number from where the title from where the article or the essay has started. Okay, or you can use any of these styles. So if suppose if the book is of 500 pages and the essay starts from 438, so here the page number can be 438, or if it ends at 462, then 438 to 462. You can use either of these styles. Okay, see here is 1 to 24. What is it? This tells that this article or this essay starts from page number 1 and ends at page number 24. Okay, so a dialogue between practitioners and academia. This is the title of the ensuring the compliance with multilateral environmental agreements. This is the name of the, this is the title of the book. This is the page number 1 to 24. This is the name of the publisher, and this is the year of publication. Okay, so this is how we cite an essay or article which has been published in an edited book. So here we have an example of a citation of a survey of law which has been done by Indian Law or any annual publication of Indian Law Institute. So how do we cite that? So you just name the citation of the essay which has been published in the survey of law. Okay, or generally what do is you just follow the pattern which is given over here while talking about any annual survey of Indian law. Okay, see here we have an example of B.B. Pandey criminal law. So here what do they do is, they suppose they want to see that, for example, what is the impact of amendment of 2013, for example. So that is a kind of survey. If there is any Indian law and that has came into a function, now if you want to see the impact of that law, then what do? You do a survey. So how the person who has done the survey will be the name of the, will be the author, and what is the title of the essay? Title of the essay is this, criminal law. Okay, and what is the volume of that survey? This is the volume number. The volume number is XLI. Okay, and this is the name of the survey, Annual Survey of Indian Law, and this is the page number where the survey has been published, and name of the institute and year. The institute which has conducted the survey. So Indian Law Institute has conducted the survey in the year of 2005. So you can cite the survey in this format or any of the survey which has been conducted with respect to Indian law in the format prescribed in this citation style. So now now we are coming to the citation of a writer published in a newspaper or a periodical. Okay, and then after we see that how to cite a newspaper. So now if you want to cite a write up or write up in a newspaper or a periodical, then you just you just write the name of the writer, then the title of the write up. For example, if there is a some the name of the author is, for example, Upen Bakshi, then you should write the name of the author over here, writer over here. Then what is the title? Suppose he writes something on the role of Supreme Court judges. So if he write that the title of the write up is role of the Supreme Court judges, then you should write that title within inverted commas and the name of the newspaper, date, month, year. So this is generally generally regarding with the newspapers which are in printed form. Okay, so those newspapers, as I discussed yesterday, that we have different newspapers, the Hindu, the Indian Express, and the Times of India, where you have anyone writes a news or public write up, then this is the way through which the write up can be cited. So Robert I. Friedman is the name of the author. India's shame, sexual slavery, and political corruption are leading to an AIDS catastrophe. This is the title of the write-up, and the Nation is the newspaper. And this is April 8, 1996. Is the date on which the article was published. So now you need to see that when you're writing the date or month or the specific date on which it was published, you should write the month first, then date and the year, and the month should always be in abbreviation. Okay, suppose you are writing, if the news was published in January, then you should write JAN, the abbreviated form of the month. Okay, now if there is an editorial, as you all know that there is a specific page, there are specific pages which are related to the editorials of the page, editorials in the newspaper. So how to cite those editorials in ILI format? Okay, so what you do is, just when you are talking about the editorial specifically, then you should write the editorial, then put a comma, then the title of the editorial within inverted commas, and then the news of the name of the newspaper, date means month, date, and year. So here the editorial was short circuited. This was the name of the editorial. Okay, now the Times of India, and then the date. You need not to mention the author's name over here. Okay, when you talk about editorial, you need not to write the name of the author. You just write it editorial, then put a comma, and then within inverted commas you need to write the title of the editorial within double inverted commas, and then the name of the newspaper, and then the date on which it was published. Okay, so how do you cite an encyclopedia? Suppose Halsbury is a kind of encyclopedia. So how do you cite it? Okay, in laws we generally when I was at graduation stage, I did not prefer any of the encyclopedia, but we were aware of the fact that there can be certain kinds of encyclopedias as well. So encyclopedia, it can be in every field. In suppose this is of social science, we have encyclopedias in law also. So how do you cite it? So here, what is this? Edwin R.A. Seligman. This is he's the editor of this encyclopedia. Okay, because we see that here is the word is ed. Now, if there would have been author, then you need not to write this. This is the 15. This is the volume number of the encyclopedia, and this is the title of the encyclopedia, and this is the publication, publisher, this is the place of publication, and this is the year of publication. So this is the way in which you should cite an encyclopedia. And then how to cite the websites. How to cite a website means if it comes into the category of e-sources. So how to cite a website, then you just write the title of the suppose you are referring a particular act or a legislation from a website, then you just write the name of the legislation, and then country where it was, the country name of the country, and available, you need to write available at, and then the link. Okay, you need to write the available at and then the link, and you need to, in brackets, you need to write last visited, on what date you visited this last website. What is the date on which you visited the website. For example, you are taking something from a particular website, for example, not a government website, or not a, you're not taking any legislation from government website. Then what do is you just write the title of the thing from where you have taken. For example, you have taken something related to corruption in the Indian judiciary. So if the title of the if the title of the title of the article, or title which is, or the blog which is available at the website is corruption in politics, is the title, then you write the title of the article which is available at the website, then the name of the country, and then available at the link of that website. Now if you have the name of the author, you can put the name of the author first, then you can write the title as well. Okay, so here they say कि when you are visiting a website, you should specifically mention that on what date you have visited the website, because this will add authenticity. Sometimes what do you find is we have visited that website, but after some times the content is unavailable. Okay, so in order to clear that kind of ambiguity, they want you to mention the date on which you have visited the website, because sometimes the content gets missing, or it is removed by the website. So you need to specifically mention the website as well. So I'm leaving this category because we have to discuss the Mendeley also. Okay, so now we are coming to the primary sources. Now how to cite a case law in cite a case law in ILA style. Then what do is you just if the same format, if the name of the case is written in the main text, then you can put a footnote and you can write a citation in the footnote. Now if the name and citation are if you have not written the name of the case in the main text, then you can write both the name of the case and the citation in the footnote. Okay, now if there are number of parties are more. Now suppose somewhere you have seen that Union of India and others. Now you need not to write others in the footnote, you just write the Union of India. Okay, yes, state of Uttar Pradesh and others, or state of Madhya Pradesh and others. So you need not to write the others, you just write the name of the other party in the footnote, and the same thing will be followed. Okay, now if you're citing any foreign case, then the same format will be followed while citing the foreign cases also. And how do you cite the, so this is the pattern of citing case laws is generally similar with the Blue Book and Oscola. So there is not a much difference. So now coming to the citations of acts and constitution. How do you cite at a particular act or a constitution? So for example, you are citing a particular act and you are using a specific section from that act, then what do is you just write the name of the act. See, if you are using, for example, it is given here that we are using the Information Technology Act 2000, and then the statute. See, it is, I told you yesterday also that we need to write the act number and the year in the year which it was passed. So you need to write the full thing, the name, the complete name of the statute or the act, and the year in which it was published. So, and if it is a case of constitution, then you just need to write the Constitution of India. Okay, now if you are referring a specific provision from the Constitution of India, then what do is you just use the abbreviated form of article which I showed you before. Now if you are using Article 14, then what do is the Constitution of India, comma, Article 14. Now if you are using a specific section from Information Technology Act, then you write the act in footnotes in this manner, and then comma, write the specific section over here. See, here they are using section 30, so they have written section 30. Now if you are using different sections in the same paragraph, or you have uh, talked about different sections in the same in single footnoting, then you can put a comma and then put a second section. Now because we are using two sections, then we have to use the plural of sections, because that is why we have double S over here. Okay, so this is the way of citing legislations. Okay, so this is the way you should cite a legislation or the Constitution of India. Now suppose you are talking about equality principle. Okay, now suppose you are talking about equality, then you can write that these are the sections which talk about the equality thing. So this ARTS means we are using different sections. Okay, so we can write different sections in a single footnote also, but the manner in which they would be written will be this. Okay, so and the citation of the foreign examples will be same. Now here we have seen the name, but what the basic difference is that in Indian legislations we are talking about the act number. Okay, but in when you are using foreign legislations, you just need to write the name of the act and this or the constitution, or the or the act or legislation of the foreign country, and just the specific section which you are talking about. Okay, so this is the way in which the foreign legislations are to be cited. Somebody yesterday asked me that how to cite law commission reports in blue book format. So I'm telling that the law commission reports in ILI format can be cited, that you should write the institution or the author first. Now the author here is Law Commission of India, and the institution is also Law Commission of India. Then the title of the report within inverted commas. Now if the title of the report is a 144th report on conflicting judicial decision pertaining to the Code of Civil Procedure Code 1908. So this is the title of the report and the year in which it was published, and here they have given the month also. So if the month is not available, you can just give the year of publication as well. Okay, this is the way in which you can cite the reports given by the government institutions. Now if you are citing the Constitutional Assembly debates, then how do you write it? You just write the volume number, because Constitutional Assembly debates are in different volumes. So you just write the number of volume which you are talking about, then the constitutional debates, and the page number, which the page number you are referring to. Okay, so this is the way in which you can cite the constitutional debates. Now if you are citing online, citing the parliamentary debates. Okay, now if you can see that the debates which took place are available at different platforms, maybe on YouTube, or on Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha TV. So you can just if you are referring any of the parliamentary debates in your article, then you can say, you can write just Lok Sabha debates on. On means the date on which it was done inside the parliament, okay, and the date on which you have visited it will be on the last, will be on the last section of your footnoting, and you have just put the link over here. So one thing you need to see, that when you are referring online or websites, then only you have to write last visited on the date, last date on which you have visited the online source. Otherwise, you need not to write the thing. So this is the category of this is the way in which you can cite international conventions and treaties also. The manner will be same, but just you write the article number, or just article number which you are citing. Okay, so this is the way in which you can cite. So I'll send you this PDF now. One thing I would like to say, that they have given the they have given a, cases of international courts of justice. If you are citing any case of the international court of justice, then you can cite, then what is the way of citing that case law. So here you need to write the name of the case, and means then the name of, see here, here example here is here. In international you might have seen that different, there are different case laws. So we have given a specific case law, name of to the case law, and then the name of the parties is there. So if you are citing those cases, then you can use the name of the case, then in bracket the parties of the case, and what is the stage of the, what is the stage of the case. Means suppose it is it is it, you know it if it is at preliminary stage, then you can cite it is on preliminary stage, or the judgment has been delivered, then you can write judgment over here, then the citation of the case. So this is the way in which you can cite international judgments. Okay, so now how to cite electronic course sources. How do you cite the electronic sources? See here, when you are citing electronic sources, this name of the author, then the title of the article, name of the newspaper in italics, and full date on which the article was published on the newspaper, and then the website where it is available, and then you need to write available, the last date on which you visited the newspaper, online newspaper. Okay, so this is the way through which you can cite various sources while writing your research paper. I'll send this PDF to the moderator. He'll share with you all, so you can have a look to those areas which I have left in this discussion. Okay, so now this was we were discussing about the ILI citation style, and if you have any query, we can do it. We can have a discussion on it, or I can come to the Mendeley as well, because we have to finish it in within half an hour time. So should I come to Mendeley? So yesterday I asked the moderator to send the links through which the participants can use Mendeley software. So have you downloaded that Mendeley software? Any one of you? Any one of you had downloaded that Mendeley software? Okay, so Anishka has downloaded that. So now I'll directly go to the Mendeley so that we can see how the Mendeley functions, because now before going into the functional part, I would like to tell you that Mendeley is an online reference and citation manager. It just gives you, you need not to enter your citations and references manually. It will just do it automatically for you. The only thing is that you should have the document in the PDF form in the Mendeley software. Okay, so when you see, I have downloaded this Mendeley software, and there are certain certain steps which you need to follow while downloading software. First is you have to go to the website and then download it. And when you are when you have downloaded it, you have to sign in with your own ID, because when you sign in with your ID, what does it do? It takes each and everything which you know. So for example, I have so many PDFs over here. Okay, so whenever I would log in here, the same data, same documents which I have uploaded here will be available here. Okay, so this is the first benefit of signing in. And then after, you will see that it will ask for your qualification, and then it will ask for your educational affiliation. Then you need then you should fill it and then proceed it. And then when you will log in the Mendeley, what will you find? That these are the different menus from where you can access your documents. Okay, for example, you don't have any you don't have any folder over here, and you want to create a new folder. Okay, I was not sharing it. Now, is it visible to you all? Because initially I thought I'm sharing, but I was not sharing it. You can see the Mendeley software on your screens. Are you able to see this software? Hello? Can you all listen me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the Mendeley software. When you download it, you have to follow the procedure which I discussed earlier. Now, what can you do if you want to add your document? The first thing you need to understand is that the document should always be in a PDF form. Okay, any document which is not in PDF form will not be taken by this software. Okay, so you can see that most of the document all of the documents are in PDF form. Okay, so here you can see that this particular document, we cannot see any of the sign over here. So this means this document cannot be read by the Mendeley software, so we can remove this document. Okay, so now suppose if you want to add documents or you want to create a new folder. Okay, so what you do, just when you open it, you can see that here we can see the option of create folder. And now if I want to create a folder, for example, citation class. Okay, now I have created a folder with the name of citation class. Now here we don't have any document. Now what can I do is I can add documents from here. See, add files, add folder, watch folder, add entry manually. So what can we do is we can add files from here. You have to choose the you know you have to choose the, for example, you have to choose the location from where you want to add the files in that software. So for example, I want to add my files from the desktop, and from the folder named disenfranchisement. So for example, there are different folders again. So for example, I want to add some of the files from here. For example, this file, this file, uh, or this file, this file. So you can add n number of files. Okay, see. So the files have been uploaded. But see, these files cannot be read, so we can remove these files. So one more thing I would like to tell you, that when you are downloading something from, or downloading article from the internet, then you should focus on the DOI number. Okay, when you open an article or you're trying to download an article, you just need to see that whether there is DOI number or not. If there is DOI number, then the PDF files can be easily read by this, software. Okay, and this software can have a storage of 2 GB of files. Means you can store your 2 GB data in the form of your documents in this website, in this software. And if you want to enhance the capacity of this software, you need to pay some amount, and you have to take the membership, which can, and the size of this, size or space of this software can be increased to 10 GBs. Okay, so I have added 3, for example, I have added 3 files over here, and if you want to add more files, you can go here and you can add other files also. Okay, for example, this file, this. Okay, so you can see that I have now here, I have different files over here, so yeah, we have 8 documents over here. Okay, so now first thing I would like, if you from here you can click on the PDF and you can read the whole document over here. Okay, see, the whole document is visible from here. And if you want to add a certain, now for example, I want to highlight this portion, you can just highlight this portion also. Okay, you can highlight this portion, and if you want to add some note, you can add some comment, important. Okay, so the comment has been added over here. Okay, so these are the basics. Now if I was trying to tell you that, now how would you, when you install Mendeley over here, if you have installed your Mendeley and logged in, and you have uploaded the documents in the software, what will you see is, you will see that when you will open Word document, now you can, when you go to the references section, you can see the symbol of Mendeley over here, or before the citation styles, you can see that Open Mendeley is an option over here. Okay, those who have downloaded this might see this, that there can be there we can see the logo and the option of inserting citation, and then an option of Open Mendeley. Okay, so now for example, if I want to cite something from this article, okay, if you have taken something from this article, for example, I have taken this paragraph. Okay, I've taken this paragraph in my article. Okay, I've taken this paragraph from this article, and then from this article I have taken this paragraph, for example. Okay, we just arrange them, and I open the third article, and I have taken this paragraph from this article. Okay, I have used 3 sources in my article, for example, and sometimes what you have to do is, you have to enter the, see, for example, I'm talking about this article. Okay, see, here we can see that this is the volume number, issue number, and the year of publication, and the page number. Everything is given over here. This is, or the same information has been given on the right side of the software. This is the title of the article. He is the author of the article, and then this is the year of publication, this is the volume, this is the issue, and this is the page number. Okay, this is the information which we need while citing an article in your citing an article in your footnote, or referencing, or in bibliography. So because in every style you need all these basic information to include a source as your source of information in your footnote or in referencing. Similarly, in this also we can see that this is the title, Pablo Marshall is the author, this is the volume number, or this is the issue. Now if you see, if you find that any of the entries is wrong, you can enter it manually also. For example, I think that this is not the correct issue, this is should be issue number 5, and you can see that I have edited this. Now this can be, because when you will insert or import the bibliography, you will get the accurate source. Okay, you will get the accurate source. So you can use, generally what happens if you are using an authentic source to download the information or download the article, these problems will not be there. And if the source is not authentic, then the situation can come. So now in this article, what do you see? We don't have volume number, we don't have issue number, we don't have page number. Okay, so these informations will be missing, because this is this is this is not a research paper, because this is a conference this is a paper which was presented in the conference. Okay, this was not published in the, this was not published in any of the journals. So now coming back to the word, now for example, if I've used these sources in my research paper, then I want to give a, I want to see there is no footnoting at all. You want to now, if you have taken this particular paragraph from a source, then you need to you need to remember the source. Now if example you don't remember, you just open the window which you have opened earlier while copying the material from. So for example, I have copied this paragraph, then we can see that, or we can see on the top or on the right of the box from where we can identify that this is the title of the article. Similarly, voting from prison is also the title, because we need to identify the title. If you don't identify the title, you will not be able to insert the bibliography by using Mendeley. For example, this is the para which I have taken from the first article. Then we'll go to the references. Now what will I do is I will click on the insert references. Now what do you see? Here you can see, you can search the article by the name of the author, by the title, or the year in which it was published. So for example, I have used this article. So the title of the article is toward a theory of prisoners' right. So I can enter here, insert citation, and type the name of the article. Just like towards, you can see we have different suggestions, but the article is this, which was I was trying to refer. Now the author, name of the author has came, and we will click on the OK button. So see here we have seen the reference has been added, but the style of the reference is Chicago manual. Now what if you can use, now for example, these are the various styles which have been installed. Now if you want to get, for example, a blue book style, you can just see, you can just search it and you can install it. Okay, done. Okay, now you can change it by using, if it has initially it is in Chicago manual, now you can change it by using blue book style. Now you have an option of, when you will click on the blue book, you can see the here is an option of using it, use this style. You can click it and done. What will happen? See, it has automatically converted itself into blue book style. So now you can see the reference in blue book style. Okay, now if we are going to cite the second source, then the title is voting from prison. Okay, just put your cursor here and then put insert citation and title of the voting from prison. See, Okay, this is the name of the title and just put OK. See, here we can see the footnote number 2 and the footnoting over here. Okay, now this is the third source. So we need to focus on the third source. What is it? Imprisonment and political equality. So here we need to put our cursor here inside the full stop, and imprisonment and political equality. Okay, so this we have seen that the third footnote has been added. Now this is in the blue book style. Now if you want to change it, you can change it by, if you want to suppose I want to change it in Oscola style, so you can change it from here, more styles, then you can, yeah, see here it is Oscola, you can done. Use this style and done. See, the pattern has changed. Initially we have the year number at the last, now we have the name of the journal in the last section. Okay, so this is the way through which you can insert the citation. Now what if you want to, now you have seen that these are the three references, or sorry, three footnotes. Now if you, how now once you have used for example 20 or 25 citations or sources in your article, now when you will do it, you can do referencing, and you can do their footnoting, and once the footnoting is done, you have to do nothing. You have to just click on the insert bibliography button and option. The bibliography will be automatically here, and see, it has already been arranged into alphabetical form. Okay, it has already been arranged. It is pre-arranged, so you have to do nothing. You have to just find the accurate source while citing it, and then you can cite it, through Mendeley. Now if suppose if I want to change this style in some other, for example, I mean APA, American Psychological Association 6th edition. See, the referencing style will change. See, this is the referencing style of APA, and the footnoting style will also change. See, so you can do too many things from Mendeley, but this is the basic thing you should learn. While using Mendeley, is that you have to just install it and upload your documents, and identify the documents which you are going to cite in your article. Make a separate folder, and then just make a separate folder with the name of the article which you are going to write, or any identification mark through which you can identify the articles. Then I have just copied and pasted them. You cannot copy and paste. You have to rearrange them. You have to paraphrase them. You have to write them in your language. But all things you cannot. Suppose if you are citing anything from a judgment or a statement or in a judgment, you want to write it in the same manner. Then you need not to rearrange it. Then if you have taken something from the source, just change its language, and then what do is you just, and one thing, the documents or the documents which have been added to your folder in Mendeley, they should always be in PDF form. If they are not in PDF form, they will not be taken by the Mendeley. So if You have added those folders and you have taken the information. See, now if you forget the title, then you can here see the windows are open. Then you can see that oh, this is the name of the this is the title of the article. You can just go here and, for example, here you can type that name of the title. Or if you are aware of the name of the author, that is also good. You can type the name of the author also. It will be here only. So the moment you will insert the citation, it will come here on your footnote. For example, if again I want to convert it from American to Oscola, see, it has converted itself. See, 1, 2, 3, and see the bibliography has been also changed. The footnoting has also changed. Okay, so if you don't have Oscola or Blue Book, you can download it, those plugins. You can download by using the option of get more styles. You have to just search it, and then you can download it from here. But I think ILI citation is not available in this software, so you have to manage it by doing it manually. And but for Blue Book and Oscola you can do it here, but there are sometimes there can be some glitches which you need to do it by your own, because it is also being done by a machine. Okay, so everything, sometimes it is not that everything is done by machine is okay. So sometimes you have to do it some editing by using yourself as well. Okay, so this is the way through which you can insert citations and references by using Mendeley. So now if we have any question regarding Mendeley, then I'm open to clear that doubt. Did you
Sir, in
understand this?
Mendeley software,
Yes.
sir, in Mendeley software, there is no specific category as law. So we have to sign in social studies section.
Because that is not going to matter at all. For example, that is not going to matter. It is not a matter of concern. You can use any of these, because law is a law. Sometimes law is also considered as a field of social sciences. Okay. Anything else? Or one more thing I would like to tell you, that you can see various videos. Videos are also available on the YouTube, from where you can learn that how to use Mendeley software as well. Maybe you can understand from there in a very clear and in a detailed manner, because I was just maybe because the time was we have time constraints, so I may not be able to make you understand it a better manner. So for more clarification, you can use videos are there on the YouTube, from where you can learn how to use Mendeley, how to download. And there is a now if there is a this is we are talking about the desktop version. Okay, we have we have a web version also, so you can do it on the online also, and from there you can import all your citations and all your work when you are doing in the in desktop version. So that is also a category which is a very which comes at the very later stage, when you have learned the basics of Mendeley. So if you want to learn more about Mendeley, you can refer YouTube videos also. So any clarification regarding Mendeley? Any kind of information you want, or anything which you could not understand while I was using or sharing Mendeley? Should I take this silence as your confirmation that you don't have any problem at all, or you understood everything? So what is the problem? If you have any problem, you can type it or you can text your, friends so they can send your message to me. Okay, everything is clear. Thank you, thank you. So this was from my side. This was I think I could have I was able to explain the basic thing which you can do by using Mendeley, because at your stage you just need this kind of this kind of this is the this kind of depth while you're writing a research paper. So if you have any problem, you can directly go to the YouTube and you can get your resolutions. Problems can your problems can be resolved through YouTube also, because there are a number of videos from where you can learn Mendeley, how to use Mendeley, because it is a very important software. Because nowadays I came to know about this software when I have enrolled myself in PhD. Okay, but if you are you are you are at the graduate level, so you have a chance to learn it in a more efficient manner, in because you came to know about this at the very initial level. So you can use it, because that will save your time, and that will not create any kind of confusion regarding citation and footnotes. Maybe sometimes you think whether it is a clear right citation or not. So you will also get rid from that confusion, because it will automatically give you the exact citation. But if you have any confusion, you can refer the manual as well, in order to verify or check the clarity of the Mendeley software. Okay, so this was from my side. I hope we have just 4 minutes left, and what can we do? Do you have any query? I can answer that, or just we wind up.
Any questions, guys? Or
Question, huh? Yes, Akhtar.
maybe, sir, there is no queries, so we shall wind it up. Right? Thank you, sir. Now, with that, this session comes to an end. Before ending this session, I would like to quote Ever Garrison. A teacher is a compass that activates the magnets of curiosity, knowledge, and wisdom in the pupils. First of all, I would like to express my immense gratitude to Abhijit sir, who gave us his precious time and taught us the most useful commute on citation methods, which is very helpful for every lesson. Well, every one of you might not be knowing Abhijit sir, so I would like to tell a few lines about him. He has a great soul. He is an animal lover, and he feeds the strays every day. A short but a cute story. Once Abhijit sir called me and asked that a dog he was feeding during lockdown. So now he is very happy with that dog, and he don't want him to get abandoned in the streets. So he asked me
Akhtar,
like, "Hey, if you have
actually,
any idea."
I left that dog where I was teaching. Now I have 5 more dogs where I'm living now. Three small kids and 2 big dogs. So I have a much bigger family than before.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing, sir. So,
So
under your guidance, sir, we have not only become a better student, but also a better child, sibling, and a human being. Thank you for helping us grow. I hope you know just how much we all appreciate you. I would also like to thanks to all the attendees present in this session for showing respect and attention till the end of the session. There is one small announcement for the participants that is you have to write a small article on any topic using any citation style taught in this session. Those who will submit the article will only get the certificates. Thank you so much, everyone. And I would like a small appreciation certificate to sir. Sir, this is a small certificate from us. It's not more, but we could give this only. Thank you so much, sir.
that's very lovely. Thank you, Akhtar, and to your team It is really amazing because I was thinking that how would I be able to make you people understand about the things which I came to learn at very later stage, but it is you people who listen me so carefully and peacefully and patiently, most importantly. So I thank you all, and I'm grateful to Hootville Welfare Society who gave me an opportunity to interact with people like you, and I thank you from bottom of my heart.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone.